all of these people in my life acting berserk. I'm feeling all pissed off and hurt. I need to know if I am the jerk. Oh, am I the jerk?
So you think this person's a jerk for matching their neighbor's pettiness with pettiness?
I don't know. Sometimes well-placed petty just makes me giggle.
Yeah, so as I'm talking to the queen of petty, I know sometimes, someone has brought you some bad energy and you said, all right, you know what? I will see your bad energy.
And I will raise you one.
Right. So they said, now that we moved out into the country, we are beefing hard with a jerk neighbor.
Oh, no.
The jerk's latest move was starting a giant trash pile by my fence. Plenty other places they could put it away from that, but they're just trying to make a statement. So, am I a jerk if I put our chicken coop right next to his pool? While I'll admit I'm being petty about this, everyone was saying I'm not a jerk and I totally need to retaliate. My question with that is I assume that a chicken coop is going to be stanky and will probably make some noise. So if they can put something undesirable by your property, are you a jerk if you then do the exact same thing when there's a bunch of other places that you could put it?
I mean, you are, but it's your property. You can do whatever you want. This is just not going to end well. So you have to see long-term what's happening here. If you do that, then he does this. And then if you do this, he does that. You guys are just going to continue to one-up each other until it gets to some kind of really bad situation.
Right. That's how stuff just gets so out of hand.
Right. So what's your end game here? Do you want this to end in some sort of physical violence or some sort of all-out war? Because that's where you're going if you put the chicken coop up.
So what do you say to yourself when you have matched petty with petty? Were you concerned, Virginia, about you escalating it to an insane level? And did you ever tap out of a petty war?
So I had beef with my neighbor, but I would just, flip him off and I would say stuff to him. But I would never I would never put a chicken coop where it would mess up his property if I know that he's the kind of guy that'll put a garbage pile right next to my fence to mess up my property. Because now what? What are we doing?
Yeah.
I would rather, if I'm beefing with you, I'll come talk to you about it. I'll come speak to you like a man. Mm-hmm. But the petty one-upping in this situation may not be smart because he's going to retaliate after you chicken coop.
You would think.
What's he going to do?
Right. And then when do you say, uncle, and you tap out? Or do you tap out and how far does it go?
Both of you are just going to drag each other to the depths of hell with this. Mm-hmm. So I don't see it ending well because you're neighbors, because you do share this property line. This may not be the kind of pettiness that you want for your life. It's not about him anymore. Now it's about your quality of life. This is your neighbor, and you guys are doing these things on each other and to each other's property. I don't see the end game working to your benefit.
So I asked, would you match petty with petty? 57% of people said yes, they would. In fact, Keith said, I would definitely put the chicken coop there, and I'd possibly get a peacock since they're so loud. But Anna said, you know what? You do something like that, you're going to have dead chickens by the morning.
Yeah, he's going to poison your chickens. That's what's going to happen. And then you're not going to be able to, unless you put a camera on the chickens, you won't know that he did it. It's going to get worse.
And then she also had said, first off, you moved to the country, and there are rules to the country game. Did you come in and unknowingly violate one of the country rules, and now they're doing something to say, hey, got to put you in check because you're violating the country code?
What did you do before that garbage pile?
They may not even be aware because maybe they don't understand the rules of engagement yet of the country life.
That's an excellent point.
Yeah. That's why an established country person, I would not go out into the country and start waging war with country folk.
I wouldn't either.
Like I said, I left the country because I know how scary they can be. And so I'm like, no, they're peaceful, lovely people, but if you tangle with a country person, it doesn't end well.
Don't underestimate your new neighbor that you really don't know anything about.
Right. I'm telling you, I just know the country folk I grew up with. Some of them go to the level of explosives.
This is your home.
Right.
You want your home to be a sanctuary, a place of peace. You want to be able to come home and not have some kind of drama that is now going to be infringing, possibly across property lines, possibly become dangerous physically for you, your kids, your wife. Like, you really don't know what you're messing with here. And I love being petty, but this just sounds like it might be dangerous.
Yeah, I would say a lot of people were saying that they would be petty. They're saying you're not a jerk, but I think the better play is someone is saying get cameras, don't engage, and if they go over a line, you can still submit that to the sheriff. I mean, it's not like it's a lawless place.
Right.
You know, you do have people that are law enforcement officers, and you can say, hey, look, here's what my neighbor is doing, and I've got proof to it. And then that way, too, you're not engaging in anything that could be deemed jerky or illegal, that they could say, well, did you see what they did to me? And then it makes it very easy for law enforcement to come in there and straighten things out.
Do you really want a war?
I don't want a war.
With your neighbor at your home, your place of peace.
The fact that they don't get country and they are now in the country and they are immediately wanting to start a neighbor war, I think is a terrible idea.
I would agree with that.
Awful idea.
Okay. All right. So that would be my idea, just to back down. It's not even about being a jerk because they don't say you are. But I'm just saying, be wise. Just be the bigger person and mellow on this one.
And the smarter person. Be the smarter person. Because you don't want to be in a situation where now it's a danger in your own home.